Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Raudlatul Hasanah. I am a student of State Islamic University of Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta, exactly Department of English Education. Okay, here guys, I would like to tell you about my review novel entitled Nanny Diaries, which is published in 2002 by Emma McLaughlin and Nicola Krauss. Okay, the story begins when there was a girl whose age was still 21 years old, namely Annie Braddock. Annie Braddock had just graduated from her university, that was Montclair State University. Unfortunately, she was confused about what she wanted to be in the future because after graduating from her university, she had no idea what she wanted to be in the future. One day, when Annie was sitting down in the park, she saw a kid was about to be hit by someone. As a result, Annie directly helped him and gave him to his mother. In that time, Annie started introducing herself to Mrs. Laura. That Mrs. Laura was wrong about her name. Mrs. Laura heard that Annie's name was Nanny, in which her name was Annie, by means Nanny is servant. So Mrs. Laura wanted Annie to be her servant and care about his son, namely Greyer. Day by day was gone. Annie used to care about her son and inform her mother that she had already earned her job as banker. As a result, one day her mother informed her that she wanted to visit Annie. Annie was feeling very confused because her mother wanted to visit her and ordered her friends to be the officer in the apartment, in which the apartment belonged to Annie. So one day, when her mother had already arrived in the apartment of Annie, in the same time, her mother saw Annie was taking care of Greyer because in that time Greyer was sick. One day, when Annie was cooking, she heard that Mrs. Laura had bad intent to her, in which Mrs. Laura was talking in the phone and telling her friends that she wanted to visit someplace and wanted to fire Annie. Annie was feeling very sad. In the same time, Mrs. Laura directly had the bed enten, and when Annie entered to the kitchen, Mrs. Laura directly fired her. So day by day was gone. As Mrs. Laura had already given back Annie to the city and gave her little payment, Annie continuously struggled for her life and stay and live with her friends in apartment. As the result, Annie wasn't give up and continue herself to get her future by pursuing her ability in anthropology. One day, several months after that, she got a letter from someone that was sent by Mrs. Laura, in which the content of that letter was about asking for pardon from Mrs. Laura and thanks for everything. Since that time, Annie lived happily because she had already on her future, her bright future, and Mrs. Laura had already asking for pardon to her. Okay guys, hopefully you enjoy my video and you can take the moral value from my story. Okay, that's all from me. And last I say, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.